Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. It's exactly 3 o'clock. I'm 2 minutes late today. Guys, I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for joining us and welcome to my live stream today. Today we're going to talk about the major problems or the major updates we're having right now on YT, on tax, revenue, and all that. So a lot of things have been going on for the past 1 week now. I know that before Christmas they notified us there will be a lot of changes, which I talked about it in my channel. So today, this week and last week, there was a lot of changes that was coming up on YT about taxes and all that, and a lot of us oncoming creators, the young creators, we are so much worried about because we felt that some of this update can affect us, directly or indirectly, okay, which is true. Actually, the most recent one right now is on taxing, okay, tax revenue, and how to, update our tax income for us to your tax info so that you be taxed less or you be taxed high, depending. If you're lucky and your country has a tax treaty, that means you're going to tax you lower. So a lot of us have been having so many problems on how to feel easy. It does mighty worth it, as in does it worth it paying for those taxes? It doesn't worth it filing those taxes, paying the taxes and all that, in as much as we are not making much money on the platform. So this has been the oncoming issues right now, and a lot of people have been worried about it, and a lot of people are like, am I going to continue doing YouTube or not because of this tax something, or so this have been a kind of problem that been bothering everybody. Everybody's so turbulent about that, and I'm trying to tell you that taxing, there's nothing wrong in taxing. Everybody, we almost, you pay tax one way or the other. So equivalent of YT and Google, they still pay their taxes, okay? So bringing it down on us to pay those taxes on our channel, yes, it can be a little bit frustrating because every single dime you make on YT take their own cut. And we think then coming back to take another cut is a kind of, it's too much for us, and that is why we are worried. Hello, everyone on the screen. Inspiring TY Shika, thank you for joining us, and Cookies, thank you for joining us. So a lot of us are so worried about this tax something, not just because it's called taxing, because at the end of the day, at the end of the revenue you get every time, all right, at the end of the month, YT will always have their own cut. Now we are talking about Google taking another cut out of the main one that we already had, all right? So that is why we are so worried, oncoming YouTubers, that these taxes are too much for us. It's too much. These cut out are too much. Let's talk about it on this live stream. Now, I want to give a shout out to everyone on the live stream. I'm seeing you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Anne's Cooking and More, Stella Secrets, Kenny's Salad Master. I'm seeing you all. Thank you guys for joining us, and welcome back to my live stream. Today is Monday 15th of March, okay? Happy New Week to everyone, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun yesterday. That was Mother's Day to some countries. Thank you guys for joining me, and God bless you all. Mommy Remy Uganda, I'm seeing you. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. So today I just pick up this topic. This is the major thing that is going on right now. Let's talk about it and let's break it down so people understand that this taxes they are talking about can affect us, directly or indirectly. Whichever ways, what is important is that make sure you're on the right side so that whatever they are taking, any cost they are taking from your channel, all right, it's worth it, okay? So people have been complaining, am I going to do YouTube again? Should I get out? Should I not? Should I monetize my channel or not because of all these taxes? Let me tell you something. If you're not yet monetized, I think they were going to adjust the monetization process, maybe for you to, the AdSense first, so that you fit in with that before every other process. So if you are already monetized, don't be feeble, all right? Don't be discouraged, all right? Don't be discouraged. Everybody pay your taxes. Even you, if you're a Christian, you go to church, you pay your tax, you pay your tithe. It's just the same thing as paying your tithe. A little percentage of whatever you earn is your tax, so you have to give. Why we are so much worried, especially us that are still growing, is because at the end of the day, we give something to YouTube, all right? They take their cut, their percentage. Now, we are not going to give another cut again to Google. That is why so many of us are now worried about this whole thing, okay? So now these things, Google has made that decision because according to them, they said, like, if it's Americans, they have their way of taking out their profit or their tax and all that, making it now compulsory that all US based will now forward their tax info for them to know. So even if you don't have, which I think almost all the Americans have already filed theirs, you can just go to your accountant, a local accountant, to check out the tax you're going to pay. So depends on how you earn. What you earn will decide how much tax you're going to pay. So the lesser you earn, the lesser tax you pay. The higher you earn, the higher tax you pay. Okay. The same thing is equivalent for us staying in Italy. Okay. If you're staying in Italy, you know that if you're making more than 5,000 euros on YT platform, that means you are going to go to your accountant, okay, a local accountant, and make your own tax. They call it partita IVA. You're going to open a private taxing system where you'll be contributing monthly, okay, to the government for your channel. But if you're earning less than 5,000, there is nothing to worry about, okay? So what you're going to do is just file in, and at the end of the month, if you're working, when you're going to do your sede renta, you will now have to scarica, you issue all the receipt of all this payment the YT paid you, then you will now use it for your tax declaration, and that is it. So tax info, in the sense, we'll let's talk about the whole thing about the tax info, something, all right, US based or not based or whatever. For us that are not in US, all right, they came up as particularly for us that are not in US, is like YT is an extra cash we are making, and this is true. And some of us don't even depend, the bigger channels don't even depend on those YT ads for them to earn their revenue, because a lot of them are influencers, okay? They use YT as their landing page, all right? So they use their audience on YT to promote their product outside YT. So eventually YT, the money they're making on YT is their streams of income, not necessarily where they earn the whole money, all right? So but for us that are still growing, we depend on the ads and other things, because a lot of us, we are not yet influencers, because for you to get all this influencing promotion contract, you must have a big audience, okay? So a lot of companies are looking at the capacity of your channel, how people are responding to your content and all that, how many subscribers do you have. A lot of companies are looking at those things before they're giving you a contract. So if you're still growing, you have a very little chance of getting a contract from them, okay? So that is why a lot of us depends on AdSense for us to make that money on YT. So, and that is why at the end of the day, this tax something is a kind of, we are the one that are going to suffer most on this. It's going to touch our revenue a lot, like more than them, okay? Let's take for instance when Google, when they were asked why all these taxes and a lot of them, why now? All right, apart from the YT contribution that is being removed from our revenue, they were giving a lot of instances that they have every right according to their law, taxing law, to take, a kind of cut out tax from every income you're making on the platform, which is okay. They gave an instances, okay, for instance, a creator from India, okay, that they observe that, let me give this, for instance, India, they have about 1,700 channels that has a kind of 1 point something million subscribers, okay? So eventually, if that's, let me say, one channel out of that 1,500, all right, now they have a kind of 1 point something million subscribers, all right, at the end of the month, that person made a kind of, let me say, for instance, depending on the niche or the capacity or the CPM of that particular channel or that particular video, he earned 1,000 this month, $1,000 this month. So without tax, that whole 1,000 now is gonna go to the person's pocket, all right, without paying any tax. And now they are seeing it as being so wrong because they also pay their tax to US. Okay, so they now brought up this idea. It's true, the voluminous channel is going to pay more based on their income, then the smaller ones are going to pay less depending on their income. Okay, they brought it, for instance, if this channel now decided as issue their tax info, and everybody knows that the tax info is from 24% to 30%. Okay, you can see that means every $100 you're earning, you're giving Google 24%. That is $24 or $30 if you don't issue your tax info. All right, and this is so much because a lot of us that are growing, you know how much it takes you to get that $100 in your account. Okay, so the bigger channels, most of them get that more than that every month. So for instance, without tax, that person, that creator is going to have 1K in his or her own pocket. Okay, and YT is Google is trying to tell, because this whole tax something is not YT, it's Google, all right, that is organizing the whole thing. So now they're like, if that person should pay, if that person should issue his tax info, okay, and which means 24% to 30%, that is the tax they are going to impose on us. If you issue it, you're not going to pay that, okay, you're not going to pay that amount. Someone like in India, after the whole thing with treaty and all that, okay, their tax is now reduced to 15%. That means every $1,000 that person earn, he's gonna pay, let me say 15, that's 150, okay, 150. If you're earning $100, that means $15 tax, okay, out of it, because he or she issued the tax info. So if that person didn't issue the tax info, okay, and remember, if you issue your tax info, that percentage of tax is only on US based viewers. All right, the earnings you made from only US based, okay, that is it. So if you don't issue the tax info, they are going to tax you 24% to 30% of all the countries that watch your channel. All right, they're not going to space you. That is down the punishment. They're not going to take off only on US, but every other country that are watching you, they're going to take about 24 to 30%, which means they say 24 to, which could end up be 30 or even 31. Okay, so the punishment is now they're going to take all the country that are watching you, you're not going to pay tax on them. All right, not only US. So this is the advantage of issuing the tax info. When you issue it, you have, if you're lucky, because when I was filling the form, I noticed there was a kind of tax treaty. Tax treaty is when your country has a kind of relationship, all right, business relationship or whatever on taxes or business with US. Okay, that means US are now considering your tax to be a kind of helping you out because you're not a resident, you don't have a resident in US. So that means you're getting an advantage, you know, doing business with them. So eventually you're going to pay lesser because US has a kind of agreement with that country you are staying. So some of them, when filling, I noticed that some of them that was 0% and some were 8% for Italy, while some other countries it can be higher. Okay, so that is it. When I was reading, I say if the creator doesn't submit tax info, YT will deduct, okay, 240, that is out of the $1,000 that the person made, okay, from the whole wide world earning, not just US, if you don't issue the tax info. Then if you issue the tax info, they will now remove, depending, for instance, in Italy, one of them is copyright. In copyright tax, they reduce it to 8%. Yes, because Italy and America had agreement. They have tax treaty. Okay, so I was lucky on that one. I paid it. At the lowest tax there is 8%. And when you're filling the tax info, check out that section they wrote, the tax treaty section. That section they wrote something on, when you have to select on your individual, like for us, we have normal AdSense, that is individual AdSense. Don't make that mistake, because individual and business AdSense are not the same thing. So if you're a channel owner like us, you're not into business with YT, go for individual AdSense, okay? Because the taxes are also, the weight of the taxes is exactly how the business you're doing with your AdSense, okay? So if you're doing business, it's going to be higher. If it's an individual, it's going to be higher. So it's going to be lower. So if you are doing business with YT, make sure you go for the business. If you're just a normal person having his or her own channel, all right, like us, you go for individual, okay? You don't have any business doing with your channel, so your tax will be reduced, okay? So when you're filling on that place, then you now choose individual, and that is your W8 form for tax, okay? So when identifying that, like if you're in Italy, in America they have their own codes, all right? For us in Europe or anywhere, you must have your identification number, okay? That is what you're going to fill in on that section, the right TN, okay? Your foreign team. You now put your identification number or your tax number depending on how you guys do in your country. Like in Italy here, if you're in Italy, that place they wrote foreign team, you just register your codice fiscale, okay? Because this is your national ID card. Anytime it's computed, they will always see everything about you. So you put it there. Then if you're earning more than 5,000, go and register for your Partita IVA, okay? Register for your Partita IVA, or else they will still bust you. Yes, they will get you. So they will now sanction you for dodging taxes. So in Canada, you might be exempt. I don't think Canada. I think you guys are included. I think Canada should be that kind. Go and check it out. And I think when you're filling the form, you will know, because there is a section you will get when you're under tax treaty. Okay, this is exactly when you will know if your country has a kind of relationship with US, okay? And if you people are having a relationship, your country has a connection on any treaty with US. While filling the taxes, go for the lowest, okay? You will see 30%, you will see 24. Choose the lowest, okay? Yes, Canada is included, yes. So choose the lowest tax you're seeing there. If you see 0%, click on the 0%, okay? So that's exactly how this thing goes. So don't go for the higher tax, because this is you are with the treaty, you are benefiting, out of that treaty, you are benefiting to pay lower taxes, okay? Because at the end of the day, you are paying tax any country you're working, you are still paying taxes, okay? So that treaty is a kind of a benefit for people living outside US to reduce their taxes. So while filling your form, if you see zero taxes, click on that, all right? Benefit from that, because maybe one might be something little tax for you to pay. So that why don't exaggerate on that aspect, okay? So the next thing they're going to ask you, maybe fill in your address. That one is another one, okay? Your address and your PO box, all right? Don't make mistakes with that one. If your address and your PO box are the same place, tick it, okay? So any residence you are using, make sure is where they want to send you letter, it will always get to you, okay? Don't make that mistake. Make sure you use the address you use, maybe opening your AdSense if it's still the same. If there is any changes, okay, you can still let them know that, fill up the new changes. Look at I've changed resident or not. The people I'm maybe worried about right now is if you're in asylum and you don't have a document, okay? I think this whole thing will be very, very difficult for you, because I don't know where you're going to fit in. If you don't have a document, you will not have the national identity card or whatever to identify you in that country you are. So filling up this tax something might be a little bit difficult for you, because when it gets to filling the foreign thing and all that, you don't have any identification number. I think that is the only people I think that will have problem, filling up this tax form. Okay, because if you don't have a document, you can have the national identity, so there is no way you can fill in and you're not paying any tax. So these are the people I think this might be affected. Okay, they might be affected with this. So another thing on the tax treaty, then you claim, these are your claims. Tax treaty are your claims for you to claim low taxes. Okay, so you click yes for low taxes. You claim low taxes, you click it yes. You put your residence where you're staying, then special rates and conditions. So these are the place you're gonna see 3 different categories of of taxes you're gonna pay. Okay, we have the copyright. There's another one that says videos, something something something. Okay, so anyone you click on, you click that you're going for the claims for lower tax, then click on the option they gave you there. Okay, click on the option they gave you there, choose the lowest tax you're seeing there, file it in and keep it, because there are 3. Make sure you fill in the 3 boxes. Okay, fill in the 3 boxes, the video pictures or something, and the copyright, and one other one. There are 3 of them. Fill it in and fill the lowest tax you can see. If you see 0%, click on it. If you don't see any 0%, the lowest tax you're seeing, that means it's mandatory you pay something, you click on it. For us in US, I think for us in Italy, ours, I saw 8%. You can click on them, and I think I'm paying 8% for copyright. The other ones are free. It's only copyright they gave me 8% tax of tax to pay. So there must be one that is free for you. But if your country has nothing to do with US, I'm very sorry, you're gonna pay higher taxes. That's exactly how this thing goes. So if you're able to provide, and all these things, they have a mandate. You must provide the data, your tax info, till 31st of May, I think. Yeah, so you must provide them with 31st of May. And if you don't provide those tax info till the 31st of May, automatically your revenue will be withheld. Okay, they will withhold your revenues, means they'll be taxing you 24 to 30% to all the earnings you got from every views that you're having all over the country. So you're going to pay more tax, even more than someone that the country doesn't have any treaty, a tax treaty with US. So this is very, very important that you go and file in those tax info. It's very, very very, very essential. Okay, it doesn't worth it. We are still growing. We are not making much money. You can imagine paying tax for almost every country that is watching your content. Okay, that is extremely too much. It's too much, and that is a kind of a punishment for you for not filing in your tax. Okay, so make sure you go for it. Make sure you go for it. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, so creators that submitted tax info but is not eligible for a tax treaty, that means you filed your tax info but your country doesn't have any tax treaty with US. Okay, so the final earnings you gain from your views, they're going to deduct 30%. That means if you earn €100, they're going to take about $30 out of the 100 euros that you earned. You will see all this withhold revenue and taxes on your AdSense. Maybe from this month you will start seeing everything. So remember, apart from all these things, remember YT will also take their percentage. Okay, and before all these things, so that is why I think we need to file in, so that we'll be on a lower range on our revenue. All right, so at the end of the day you can still see something on your revenue. It's quite too much because you're still growing. Everybody, your capacity when it goes to your revenue, and this is quite much, but let's see how it's going to go to the end of this month. Let's see. All right, let's see how it's going to go. So small creators who don't have millions of subscribers to attract sponsors just like us, we might be on a difficult situation, because we'll depend on AdSense, to make some little change. But the bigger channels are not worried because they don't depend on AdSense, okay? They just use YT to advertise and their landing page, and that is it. So that is why when you go to them, they will be dropping a lot of links directing you outside. Go to this one, do this one, do this one, because these are their streams of income, not AdSense, okay? So everybody should wise up and do what you got to do for this one, because the 30% is too much. I'm telling you, it's too much. It's too much, apart from the little change we are giving YT cut and all those things. And remember, these taxes are going to be earnings that you earn from ad view, okay? Monetized channel coming to view you or not monetized, okay? Those ads they are watching, they are paying taxes, okay? Your YouTube Premium, okay? If you have YouTube Premium, that means you don't want to be watching ads. Or maybe if I have a YouTube Premium and I watch you, I didn't watch your ad, but at the end of the month, YouTube is going to give you some little change from my own, okay, that money I paid, not to watch ad. You gain something from it. So this is exactly how this thing goes. So you paying taxes on your ad view from Premium, your super chat, your super stickers, your channel membership. Just name them, all of them. I'm telling you, all of them. You're paying taxes for all of them. So that is why we have to go for this tax info. It's too much. I'm telling you, too much. I'm telling you, it's too much. We have to go for it and ease ourselves from all this mess. Okay, it's very it will help so that you pay lesser. Okay. So let me give a shout out to everyone on the live streams. I have Better Mike, Charity Media. Oh, Mommy and Me. Thank you, Mommy, for that amazing super chat. Thank you. God bless you. And Ehi Mary, thank you for coming. Share out if you can, and thank you all of you that shared out. I saw you. Thank you. Positive Lifestyle. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Charity Media. Thank you. Stella Secret Place, Mommy and Me. Thank you, sis. King K, thank you for joining. Joy and Family TV, Family All Rounder, thank you for joining us. Kenny Salad Master, thank you. Inspiring Champ, thank you guys for joining us, and God bless you all. Annie's Cookings and More, thank you. I'm seeing you guys. Pay super chat into my Annie, I think you have an idea. I'm telling you, you have an idea. Yes, you have an idea. Yes, I've seen someone saying it. Pay in now. You can see that some people, they will now put on the description center, maybe if you want to support this channel, please pay into so PayPal account, okay, to make sure they are having their money out from YT, because that's the only one you are having in your pocket. Once it's done here, you're going to pay tax for it. Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm telling you, it's very funny, but it's not funny. But let us not discourage. Let's just keep it in time and see how this is going to go before we go, okay? So let's just give it a time and see how it's going to go. You never can tell. So if you're in Philippines, you're paying 15%. If you're in Morocco, 10%. And even Canada, you're paying because you're still outside US. But you have something very common with US, and I know your tax will be very, very low. Yes, it must be very, very low. So if your tax treaty, some people will say that thank you, Bethel. Some people say tax treaty, what is it? It's just a double tax avoidance agreement that your country did with US, okay? So for us that are living in Europe, this is advantage we have when we are having this kind of issue with the US. We're gonna pay lesser tax. So we are not going to pay full tax like citizens over there. So we are benefiting with that treaty. They have. So other countries that got treaty with US are like Australia, Bangladesh, Belgium, Barbados, Canada, China, Cyprus, Czech, Denmark, Hungary, Korea, Luxembourg, Morocco, Mexico, Malta, Moldavia, Egypt, Estonia, France, Finland, Greece, Georgia, Italy, Ireland, Iceland, Indonesia, Israel, Jamaica, Japan, Norway, Netherlands, New Zealand, Pakistan, Philippines, Poland, Turkey, UK, USSR, Ukraine, Venezuela, Tunisia, Trinidad, Thailand. Okay, so all these countries, they have something to do with US. So you must have a tax code from Google. All right. So this is it, because your country got something to do with them. So eventually the tax must be reduced for you. What you got to do is go to your AdSense and check out African UJ Space. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. So just go to your AdSense and start filling up the file. So when you get to that tax treaty, that's exactly where you will know if your country, you know the percentage of tax you're going to pay to Google, all right? Because your country got what do you call it, a treaty, or they don't have a treaty. You will see it there and exactly know how many percent you're going to pay. Okay, so if you don't have any treaty, that means your country got nothing to do with US. You are going to pay 24% to 30% of tax. Okay, so maybe as time goes on, they will know. But what's important, yeah, EU country now, yes, 30%, 24 to 30%, yes. So which is too much. That means if you earn $100, you're going to give them $30. Okay, if you don't, file in your tax. So some country, you will file in your tax and you find out that your country doesn't fall in tax treaty. So they're saying that you're still going to pay that 24, 15 to 30%. So I think maybe later on they will decide. But what is important, go and file in the tax first. Okay, so to see where you fall in. Maybe as time goes on, they might decide those people that file their tax but they don't have a tax treaty. Okay, so please hold, I came later. Are we going to be paying taxes in white? What do you mean by white? So Bethel, this is a news. I said it sometime last year, and there's a video I did. I said there's a lot of updates that will be coming up last year. A lot of them have been coming up, which I did video on. So this time around, this tax something they said before June, but we are surprised that they started even from last week, this month. Okay, so everybody was so surprised about it. But let's see. We don't know if because of the change in government, in US government or whatever, but this is the situation we find ourselves right now. Okay, so they updated the whole thing. It was so soon and we have to stick to it. So paying the tax something better that was asking is just YouTube came up with this issue that we have to pay taxes because they noticed that so many countries outside US have larger audience and they make a lot of money, okay, and which they don't pay taxes or any contribution to them, okay, and everybody knows that these taxes we are talking about is not even the same thing with the YT percentage we have been paying, okay, so this one is an additional something. Yes, okay, authentic, thank you for coming. Okay, so you have to go for this tax something because it's like we are now goofing out 2 times right now. Okay, YT will take their own, Google will take their own. Okay, so that is why you should you file in for this tax info so that you benefit from it. If your country has a kind of tax treaty with US, you pay lesser so that when they remove a little amount of tax again. All right, because if you don't file in the tax info, that means you're going to pay 24 to 30% of all the earnings you got from white will be taking a total of 60% of the revenue. That is, it's not up to 50, it's not up to 50 and 60%. Everybody, I think for us that are still growing, we are all worried. But let's see how it goes from now to the end of this year for us to decide whether we are staying or we are leaving. Because when small YouTubers and small, creators start moving to other platforms, they will understand the implication of all these things, that is us that are still growing that suffering most, on these things. Okay, yes, because we have, we earn lesser, we have small audience. So we are the one that may be affected much on this, tax thing. Okay, so that is why the punishment for not filing your tax is too much. Imagine paying your threshold is $100 and you're coughing out again after paying YT and it got to $100. Now you're not going to cough out another 30% out of it again, all right? Which means you might not even cash out that month. You still have to wait for another month, okay, for you to cash out. So it's too much. So we have to go for it, okay? If you're a YouTube creator, you may have to pay 24 to 30% as tax for every $100 you make if you don't file in, and which is too much. If you earn $100, you pay 30% or 24%, okay? But if you go now and file in, and remember, this tax thing has a mandate from now to 31st of May, okay? 31st of May. If you don't do it till 31st of May, they will automatically, you fall into that category of people that didn't file or filing their tax. So they will impose that tax on your channel automatically, okay? So you have time now from now to 31st of May to tender your tax in full, okay? So that you benefit from that from that little percentage, because almost all the countries got something to do with US, okay? So you pay lesser. Even in Italy, I think it's copyright tax, all right? I think we are paying only 8%. And I said it, when you are filling the tax info, go for the lowest tax, okay? If you see 0%, click on it. And that boxes are 3, okay? You have one for copyright, one for video, picture, and something, and one other one, okay? There are 3 boxes. Fill the 3 boxes. If you see if you see 0% tax, click on it, okay? Benefit from it. Click on it. So then, but I know one of them, you must pay tax. Out of the 3, you must pay tax for 1 or 2, okay? So and you see that if your country has a treaty with US, you might pay a lesser tax on that. Like in Italy, I saw that our copyright, we are paying 8%. That means €80 for every $100, which is okay. So other 2, we are 0% for us, okay? So when you're filling, you will know which one you're paying for your country and which one you're going to pay. Some countries might be lucky that they may not pay nothing. Yes, some people might benefit not paying anything in the 3 categories, okay? So for us, we are paying for only 1 category out of the 3. So then if your country doesn't fall in the tax treaty, that's exactly when you're going to pay 25 to 30% again. But what is important is file in for the tax, okay? I think in future they will consider those people that doesn't have any tax treaty and maybe check out how to help. Host, they will take tax from only the views from US only. Yes, if you file in the tax, if you file your tax, they will take the percentage from only US views, US ad views, US premium, okay, YouTube premium, US super chat, US super stickers, US membership only if you file in the tax, okay? Remember, if you file in the tax, they will take those taxes you're talking about from US people that watch your ads, US people that super chat your super stickers from US people that are your members of your channel, okay? Now premium, YouTube premium, US people that have YouTube premium that watched you, okay? That's the people that will take this percentage you are talking about. But if you don't file in the tax, now they are not going to tax you on US. They are going to tax you from every country that watched you, and this is too much, okay? They're going to pay exactly 24 to 30% of all the countries that watch you, the earnings from all the countries watching you, and that is what I call punishment for not filing your tax. So eventually, I don't know how you're going to make money again on YouTube, and which is so much, and that is where everybody's so worried about, taxing for every country that now watching you if you don't file in the tax. Okay, so this is a kind of the punishment they are giving. If you don't file in tax, they're going to tax you now. All the countries that are watching you, they will tax you. And I say the mandate is 31st of May, according to what they wrote. That is when the mandate. And if you don't file to 31st of May, automatically your channel, they will impose that tax on your channel automatically. Okay, so you have time from now to 31st of March to go and do what you got to do and file in your tax info to benefit. Like I said, if your country falls in the tax treaty, you must have a benefit. There are so many of them will be zero tax for you, okay, and some you have little things to pay, okay. YT takes about, yes, 33% already. That's true. Yes, every pounds or dollars you get, you only receive 66% after the deduction. Yes. Now, will this stop? Exactly. Will this stop? Exactly. That is why everybody is worried. That is exactly why the younger channel are worried about this whole thing. Okay. Let me shout out to people on the chat. Thank you guys for coming. Lizzie Benson, thank you for coming. Charles Wadi, thank you for coming. JK World, thank you. Margaret Ernst Lifestyle, thank you for coming. Charles Wadi, thank you. Queen's Sharon's Entertainment, thank you sis for joining. Guess What TV, thank you for joining us. Thank you. African U TV, thank you for joining us. The Authentic, thank you sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining. Better Mike said, I give up. Don't give up. Yes. Yes, that is why we are worried, all right? This is a weight of anger for everyone because the money is not becoming too much. We've been paying some little percentage for YT already, and we are not even comfortable with that because we are not making much money. Now, a lot of us don't even do that live streamings. A lot of us are making videos. The videos they are making, the niche of videos they are making are not yielding anything. Their CPM are that kind, $2, $1, and at the end of the day, you're not even getting, you can even get one view only to make $1 or 50 cents for 1,000 view. Okay, some of us are in that category, and you'll be waiting and be struggling for how many months to get there, and you got there and these people take that percentage. You are okay, we are not worried. Now another tax is imposed on that again. That is why everybody, is worried about it. It's true, so many people are going to leave this platform to go to other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and a lot of them, all right, to start building from the beginning because of the tax something. But let's see how it's going to go. Let's see how it's going to work, and before we can conclude on that. But what is important is go and file in that tax. Okay, when you file the tax, some of them will be zero tax for us. Okay, some of them you will pay. Dubai, thank you for joining. Thank you. So for us that are in Italy, when I was doing I noticed that because there's 3 different boxes to fill under tax treaty, okay? So when I was filling them, I noticed that one of them is 8%, other ones are 0%, okay? Why are they 0%? Because Italy got something to do with US. We have the tax treaty, so I'm benefiting from it, paying 0 tax for 2, and then I have 1, I'm paying 8%. Okay, so are we okay? Somebody asked a question. Are we doing early stream this week? Okay. So that's guys. Yes, even me. You can see that I started early. I started from 3 o'clock because of my time. Okay, so everybody's doing anyone that is comfortable for him or her. Okay, so that because after the live stream I have classes online to join immediately. So that's why I did it so that I'm able to finish up before everything. In as much as this 3 o'clock, 3:30 is not the time my audience are online, but that is when it's convenient for me to come live. Okay, because if I don't come at that time, I can't meet up to come do my live streamings again. So that is why most people, when I do this time, most people are not. Some people will come after to watch later, but it's convenient for me this time. I have to stick with it. Okay. So YT is, you know which one that works for you, you do it and have your peace. That's exactly how this thing works. So that is it. So and eventually when they were writing the whole thing about this whole tax, they keep lamenting on Indian people. Indian people is like they dominated YT, okay? They have large voluminous audience, okay? Is India, you will see creators with 1 million, 2 million subscribers, and they have a lot of them, okay? A lot of them. And remember, even when this Shots Fired started with Indian countries before we even started doing it. Yes, they started it with them. They are generating a lot of money from them, and they have a large audience. And Indians are one of the richest creators we have even on this platform, to tell you the truth. So when they were writing everything about this tax, and they keep lamenting on Indian people and all that. So if not us that are still growing, we don't have large audience, we can still benefit. Now, this tax beneficiaries or whatever is not going to affect our revenue as well. But let's see how this thing is going to go. We never can tell. We never can tell. Let's see how it's going to go. Because for me, let me tell you the truth, I'm worried because you're paying double right now. I'm going to pay YT for using their platform. I'm not going to pay Google for giving me their ads. It's too much. I'm telling you, it's too much. So what everybody should be fighting right now is like looking for what you can do with your channel. All right, going to be an influencer, something like that. I think that would be beneficial. Using your channel to be a landing page, it will help you go into affiliate marketing, something like that. All right, so that you create another stream of income with your channel. Let me tell you something, it's not easy because most companies are looking for influencers with large audience. Okay, you can have 4,000 subscribers, make a video and you're seeing 200 views and 300 views. They are not convinced. Okay, they are not convinced. They want large audience because they expect your audience to buy your content, to buy your product and promote and share and whatever. So but that is what everybody should be channeling your ideas to. All right, going for affiliate marketing and trying to be an influencer using your channel as a landing page. Create another stream of income with your channel. All right, that is it. That's the only way we can, because all those big channels, they don't depend on this chicken change or AdSense. They use YT as their home, as their second home, while they build the main home outside. Okay, yes, we will all get there. All right, we will all get there. But what is important today is go and file in your tax. Okay, it's going to help you. And remember, and the only people I'm worried about this tax something is that if you are in any country in Europe, all right, and you don't have a document, I think filing this tax will be very hard for you because you don't have a kind of national identity card. Okay, so how you don't, that means that foreign thing, all right, that foreign thing, you don't have it. Okay, so that would be people I'm worried about in this filling up of this tax. They will not have a number to file in on that aspect. That's the only people I'm worried about with this tax on it. So anyone that doesn't have a document, filing this tax will be unnecessary. Okay, it's not going to help. It's not going to work because you have nothing to present. You don't have a national ID to put in there. And if you're in Italy, now your number you're going to fill in is the codice fiscale. That is what you fill in on that foreign thing. Okay, that is what you're going to fill in because that is what you computing, they will see everything about you. And I say, if you're in Italy and you're earning 5,000 every year, okay, yearly 5,000 every year on this platform, please go and do your partita IVA. Okay, do your partita IVA, that, and they will have you will not be doing secretariat, you'll be doing unica. Okay, that means you are an entrepreneur and this is your business. Okay, and I'm paying total tax for it at the end of the month. Okay, so there is where they will now share your tax. They will give you the minimum tax you have to be paying. But what is important is that they are recording something for you that you're paying your tax. If you don't do it, one day, whether the finance people must bust you and they will sanction you, that the money they will sanction you, even 20 years you will not finish paying it because of this little change. So it's better you go, if you're more than 5,000, go and do partita IVA. Okay, so you have your separate declaration of tax. But if you're not earning to 5,000, it's okay. When you're doing your sete renta, okay, your declaration of tax, if you go to your AdSense, you see section for print out. Okay, you print out any payment you receive, you print it out. Okay, and be keeping it. So when you be going for your sete renta, you can also honestly present it. Look at this is a little activity I've been running online, and this is how much I earned on it. They can put it in your declaration of tax, and that is it. Okay, so that is it. I think for me, I'm going to start from now that I've filed in my tax. Okay, another one I received before now, I'm not declaring anything, so I'm declaring for what I'm getting right now. Okay, so after that, so I think it's quite necessary you declare it with your tax info. Okay, so that is it. So if you don't have a document, I don't know, you don't need to worry, because if you don't fill in that's a foreign thing, or foreign thing, yeah. If you don't fill in that task code, the what do you call it, the form, the form is not completed, it will not submit. Yes, if you don't fill it in, it will not submit. So that is why if you don't have a document, this could be a problem for you to file in the tax. Okay, it will be difficult, because without that number or code, you can't go on with the registration. So I think maybe you will call YT if you are in such situation to know what is going to go on. But in Germany, you don't need any number, because YT will take tax 30%. Are you serious? No, Africa, Germany, you people have treaty with YT. Yes, you people have tax treaty with YT. You are among the countries I called before. Yeah, countries that got treaty with US, tax treaty with US are Australia, Bangladesh, Belgium, Denmark, Germany, Canada, Barbados, Korea, Luxembourg, Morocco, Mexico, Malta, Moldova, Egypt, Estonia, France, Finland, Greece, Georgia, Italy, Ireland, Iceland, in Indonesia, Israel, Jamaica, Japan, Norway, Netherlands, New Zealand, Pakistan, Philippines, Poland, Turkey, UK, USSR, Ukraine, Venezuela, Tunisia, Trinidad, and Thailand. So these people, you must get a cut from, you pay lesser with the tax section. Yes, you pay lesser, because there must be some that will be zero tax for you. Yes, so if you don't fall in on this country, okay, you go and check, you might pay higher. Yeah, so like Philippines, I know they're paying 15%, Morocco are paying 10%, Italy we are paying 8%, and India are paying 15%. So I don't know Germany. Yes, one does. Yes, it's different from one country to the other. Yes, UK and Canada. Really? Wow, they are so lucky. UK and Canada 0%. Wow, that's interesting. But in Germany, you don't need any number, because YT will take 30%. Ah, really? Wow. I thought, because people fought in that treaty, I thought maybe some would be 0%. What of Spain? I think Spain is among. Yeah, I think Spain will be there. So, no, better, how you will know is while filling when you get to that treaty section, that is exactly when you will know if your country is there, okay? And you see some of the taxes will be 0% if you have tax treaty, okay? And maybe you pay one section, you pay tax for one section. It's 3 sections. You may pay one section, all right? Then 2 sections, zero tax, depend. That's exactly how our own showed up. What of UK? I don't know if UK is, when you're feeling you will know. But African New TV is saying that UK and Canada are 0%. Okay, so you check. I filled mine and I saw nothing like that. When you said I filled mine, okay, you didn't see anything treaty or what? I don't understand. Chinwa Uzoma, thank you for joining, sis. Love it, thank you for joining us. Okay, so it depends. Maybe I don't know whether it depends from countries. I don't know. Okay, so but what I know is that UK is free. Wow, you guys are amazing. UK has no, but if you know the work, okay. Look at what Africa is saying. UK na 0%, but if you know the work, now what serious? He said, if you know the work, now hello. So you're not declaring anything. Okay, host, how many percent are France paying? Please tell me. I don't know about how many percent I don't know how many percent of France are paying. You know. What you do is that, Sharon, go and start filling in the form. That is exactly when you know how many percent you're going to pay. Okay, so that is exactly how you know how many percent you're going to pay. So out of the 3 categories, one of them might show you, like UK people are paying 0%, but for us, Italy, 2 in the 3 categories, two we are 0%, one is 8% for us. So it's not the same thing in every country. So it's when you are feeling, you will know. So if you don't have any treaty, you're going to pay 30%. Okay, so that's exactly how that thing works. So you go and check while filling. That's exactly how you know what if you're paying tax or you're not paying tax. Okay, yeah. Pastor Peace, Asiruwa, thank you, sis. Thank you for that amazing super chat. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. So I think you should just be mindful of the info we put till we are all clear on it. So I think we should just be mindful of the information we put till we are all clear on it. Yeah. So that's exactly how to know the tax you're paying is when you start filling your own form. This is exactly when you find out which tax or zero tax or you're paying tax. You're going to find out. Okay, how many US of to pay? Rosanna Vice, thank you sis for joining. Rosanna says, yeah, how many US of to pay? I didn't get to Rosanna Vibes. I didn't get that. Thank you, Vegan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Hello, Chua was in. Okay. I need to go. Okay, thank you, Africa. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Thank you for joining. So that is it. So don't be afraid to join, okay? And remember, if you're, especially if you're monetized, okay, you don't need to waste time because all these things, they got a mandate. You have now to 31st of this month, of May, 31st of May to do that. If you don't do it, automatically after 31st, they will impose this tax on your channel automatically, okay? And if you don't file in your tax, that means you're going to be paying 24 to 30% of every earning you're making all over the country. All over the country is not only on US. So that is what I call punishment, okay? So that is why you have to go and file. It doesn't worth it. How much are we even making to talk about? Now you're going to pay tax on every country that are now watching you, okay? So the tax will now be too much, to be too much, okay? So that is why we need to go and pay for that. But if you go and fill in and your country doesn't have any treaty with US, okay, the tax you will still pay more tax, okay? But who knows, maybe in future they will decide on what to do on that, because I know there are some countries that didn't fall into that treaty. So that means they're going to pay full tax. They're going to pay full tax. So, but who knows how many percentage of tax they're going to pay? Nobody knows. So that is it. But what is important is file in the tax first. Maybe in future they might decide to cut down on you guys' tax, okay? So where you have problem is that you don't file in the tax. That is when you have problem. You're now going to be paying more taxes, okay? So all the countries that are watching you, now you're not going to pay tax on them. You cannot take tax from all of them, and that is too much, okay? So, but if you file your tax, it's only US people that watch your ad, they will take tax. That the super chat, that super stickers, membership, all right, only US people in YouTube Premium, they're going to remove those taxes we are talking about. So if you file in your tax, you might be fortunate your country, like people in UK are saying that their taxes are zero. So have you seen it? They're not going to pay any taxes. So some countries that got treaty with US, like for me, I'm in Italy, we are paying 8% for copyright, okay? So I think the two taxes, we are 0% and one is 8%. So we are paying for only one, okay? So if you when you're filing your what do you call it, your file, that is exactly when you know how much you're paying. Some countries may be paying 15%, some 10%, all right? Like in India, I know they specify India are paying 15%, Morocco 10%, Philippines are paying 15%. So it depends on your country. It's when you're filling in, you will know which one you're paying, and you know how many percentage of tax you're going to pay or you'll be paying, okay? So what is important is you file in those taxes. They sent me message about this tax, but I don't understand the message. Kimi Turn It Natural, thank you for joining us, okay? So Kimi, these are one of those updates, and YT comes up, they're trying to tell us they are now going to tax the earnings that you get, okay, at the end of the month from US people, all the US people that came to watch you, they are now taxing them, okay? All the money you make from them is going to be taxed. The super chatters, okay, from US and super stickers, they are going to pay impose tax on them. Yes, the membership, if you have members from America, they're going to tax them, okay? So this is what this thing is all about. So everybody, we are complaining about it because at the end of the day, we are giving some cut to YT. Now we are not going to give Google another one. So the money becomes endless. I don't know how much we are making, okay? So that is why for us that are still growing, we are so much worried about this whole tax thing, okay? Because me looking at it is too much now. It's too much. It's quite too much, okay? Yes. YT problem is Sharon. All right, it's too much. I'm telling you, it's too much. God is our strength. Let's see where this is going to take us. Like there was an article I was reading yesterday, and how many percentage of tax US has to pay? Okay, US has to pay. If you're in US, I think US you don't. There's a way they call the people's tax royalty tax. That's what they call the US tax. So there's a way they deduct you guys. So I don't think they work you guys. They don't work you guys taxes in percentage like us. There's a way they grouped you guys tax. They call it royalty tax. So if you go to your local accountant, they know how to calculate it. I don't know. There is a video by Happy Buttercup with the list of countries that has got the tax treaty. Okay, you can go check it out. She wants to say that Happy did a video on the list of countries that got the tax treaty. Okay, you can go check it out. So please, if you feel like blessing me, my PayPal details will be in my. Oh my God. And he's very serious about this. And these are PayPal. She's saying if you want to bless her channel, don't super chat her, just go to her PayPal and drop her money for her. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Yeah, because when you're watching it, okay. Because when you're watching the whole thing, how much are you making again? Like, you're not making any money. Yeah, you're not making any money. Because when you calculate the whole thing, you talk about the 30% of that 3% for YT, and you're talking about the how many percent you're giving to Google, you're not making any money. Assuming that you didn't fall into the treaty, assuming your country didn't fall into treaty with US, that means you're paying from 15 to 30%. Then how much are you getting now? Yeah, it's like it's a waste of time. Yeah, it's a waste of time. But because I know a lot of people have been complaining, some people will say they're moving to TikTok, they're moving to Instagram, they're moving to Facebook and all that. All those platform monetize content, okay? But they're saying that you need more audience, but for them it's better than everybody had, got their own ideas and what they want to do. For me, it's quite too much because we are still growing. Margaret Ends Lifestyle, thank you for joining us. So that's why we are all worried. Yes, so it's a very serious matter. It's a very serious one. It's a very serious matter. So everybody is in this thing. It's a very serious matter, okay? Because what we're talking about here is the revenue, okay? It's the revenue that we're talking about here. And everybody knows, like some people, that $100 will come to them in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months, okay? So now bringing about the taxing something on the revenue again is like it's way too much, and not everyone is going to enjoy that, okay? Yes, because if like some of us, someone called me the other time, she got a video that got 1K views something, and she's just seeing $1. Can you imagine? So when somebody is making a 1K, you know how much everybody is fighting for this 1K to have a 1K view, and you having one with just $1 or even less, or 50 cents or 30 cents. It doesn't give joy, okay? It doesn't give joy. Can you imagine how much you're gonna fight, or I don't know how many content you're gonna make for you to get to that 1K, because a lot of people are not doing live streamings, all right? A lot of people just put up their content and wait for it. And to tell you the truth, there's some content that we'll be making, and you know that content, you go and check your CPM and it's showing you $2, $3, $1 something, all right? That means there's not much money. And that's exactly what happens. Even if you get 1 million views on that content, you will still not make money. You you can still make $10, or you can still make $100 on it, instead of counting in thousands. So that's exactly how this thing works. So if you fall into that category, see that it hurts, because it will take you time for you to build that revenue, and it's very hard. It's very hard for you to build that revenue. It's so hard. So that is why this system is really affecting everybody. When you are completing the task applicant, did you add your codice fiscale? Yes, in Italy, yes, you have to in Italy. So that you use your codice fiscale if it's in Italy, because that's what you use for your tax, whatever. Yes. So without it, it will not go in, because in as much as you don't have partita IVA, if you have partita IVA, that means you're already an entrepreneur. So you have your tax code, okay? So you just type in that tax code you have. But if you are working, all right, and you don't have a tax rule, that means at the end of every year, you declare your sette renta, okay? Your class declaration, we call it here sette renta. So when you get to that tax foreign fin or foreign what, you put your codice fiscale there. So that is what they will identify you with, all right? When they compute it anywhere you are, that is kind of your national ID, okay? Everything about you will come out. So, my Queen, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've seen someone that just called me. She just got a video that got to 1K, they pushed the video to got to 1K plus, and she called me and was like, is it how the money comes in it? How can you be getting 1K and you're seeing $1, and 50 cents, 20 cents? Now, where are we? I said, okay, go back and check that video that you made. What is the CPN talking about? What is it? The other one that got 20 cents for getting 1K view, she's saying €1 something. The other one, she's seeing €3 something. I said that is it, because those niches you are making videos, the CPM are not much. The money there, and there is no money in it. Okay, yeah, because making videos, let me tell you the truth, there are some niches or some videos that you're making that fall into some niches that got no money. So when you make those videos, you're not having money. So you can imagine that video that got to say 1 million views, she might end up seeing only $100, all right, for that video. Why? This is an opportunity for someone to make money. So that's exactly how YT goes. Yes, that is 14K view was only that's what I love about this Chiwe. You're always keeping it straight. Chiwe just say yes, that is 14K views was only $12, guys. Exactly. Yeah, $12 is something. But if it's a niche that got money, all right, you can earn more than that. There's some niches that got money in it, okay? That there are some. Do you know there is some niches that is even $100 something? Yes, $50 something and all these things. Yeah. So if you have CPM that, and the CPM varies on any videos they are doing, okay? So assuming you get to that CPM that got to $50 something, $40 something, $100, that kind of stuff, and you hit 1K on that, you're gonna make money. And your audience are US people are more in your audience, you make more money too. And have you seen it before? We are saying we need US people to come and watch us. Now we are now going to pay tax for the US people that are coming to watch us. I don't know, we are just this whole thing is just demoralizing everybody. I'm telling you. Queen Sharon, there's a change. Yes, it's true. Yeah, that's why I always tell people, look, YT is a mystery. It's a mystery. Yes, YT is a mystery. So I always tell you people that anything on YT, Edwin Choma, thank you for joining us. KJ, on aga my dear. Edwin is going on aga JJ. So that's why I said YT. When I come on my live stream, I talk about my experience a lot on YT, because YT is a mystery. All right, everything that is written is logic, but the way you apply it, the way the outcome works on your channel determines. Okay, that's exactly what works for me will not work for you. What works for B will not work for you. But we are applying the same theory. Okay, so the outcome that justifies the whole thing. So that's exactly how I'm seeing YT. All right, everything reading and all these things are just logistics. So when you apply it, how is it going? KJ, Moro, Edwin, KJ. That is how you quantify the whole thing. That's exactly how YT is. YT is a mystery. Even some of them, you think they have blown up their big channels, they are still learning. Everybody's still learning. I was thinking that to deter people from joining. Okay, from I don't know. I think. Did you know one thing I noticed now? Check out this period of pandemic. Do you know how many channels? Which my channels is one of the pandemic channels. Alright. Do you know how many channels that we have created? I think maybe they're doing all this is not to run out of funds. I don't know because it's too much. I don't know how they came up with all these ideas. Okay, and I was expecting maybe they are going to reduce maybe YT percentage, and this one I'm not hearing anything. I don't know, it's too much. I don't even know what India people and Morocco people and Nigeria people are doing with my content, that they are always the ones view my content. That's cool. They love what you are doing. Maybe that's where your content is moving. Have you seen it? You are doing, she's into broadcast and you're talking about what is going on in our country, and she's saying that people that are benefiting from her content is even more than the people that she's making the content from. That is YT for you. That's why I say YT is a mystery. And I always say that when you're making a content, don't make that content for us, okay? Make it for everyone so that people can benefit from it. And if you're thinking you're making a content and you're speaking in your dialect, translate it so that those people can be reading the captions, okay, and be understanding and be flowing. All right, that's it. Okay, Ants Health Corner, thank you. It could be because so many people join during years and they're trying to limit. I think that is it. You're right, but no one is sure. I know this. Let me tell you, this is going to pull off some people. Truth, that is it. And if you people watch the way they are monetizing channels and demonetizing channels, you can see that it's like they're trying to ration the whole thing, okay? And you watch out the way and content are going for all that are monetized, all right? Someone that is monetized and pushing out every day, people are watching, you're getting money from the ads, okay? And they think they're paying too, okay? So, and when you go and watch, and let me tell you the whole thing, when you watch the ratio, watch everything, how it's going. Even some of them that are even bigger channels, some of them make one video every week, one video in 2 weeks, or even in 1 month, okay? But check us out. Some of us, we even get more videos than some of us that we say that are big YouTubers, okay? Because we make constantly, we are consistent, pushing out more content, and you're monetized, okay? And they're paying more or whatever. But those ones that are big, if you go and check them out, you can see some of them, and having even lesser video they produce since they have been on YT platform. So I think maybe they were trying to ration the whole thing. Nadem Sabi. That is what, yeah, Nadem Sabi. I thought as much. I don't know. Nadem Sabi. Yeah. Everybody's wondering. Yes, I've read it somewhere. I've read it. There's an article I read it 3 days ago. Yeah, this pandemic, boosted a lot of channels. All right, it encouraged more people to join YT and all that, and a lot of them got monetized even on the process. Okay, so this could be it. Maybe they think they have more, content than revenue or whatever. I don't know. So, okay, reduce the volume. Okay, Chinwe. Okay, Chinwe. So, okay, Corona YouTube. Corona YouTubers, I'm telling you, there are more Corona YouTubers than ever. So I don't know which way out. I don't know if it's the change of government that forced Google to do that. I don't know. If it's you guys change of government, US, that made to take this decision, I don't know. So whichever ways, let's continue with our tax payment to the end of this month, end of this year, for us to know how far Keije. If you're from Igbo, we say Keije. Then we know if this platform is working for us or is not working for us. I know that as I'm talking now, a lot of people have started moving out from here to the other side, to feel like this is too much. So I was listening to see if they'll be like, okay, we have Google ads, Google tax now. Now YT is going to reduce their own percentage, okay? But I'm not seeing, I've not heard anything. So I don't know how we can be managing the two payments at the same time, okay? Because even if you super chat now, before your super chat will land here, they have already removed their own percentage. All right, they have removed their own. So when you get to the AdSense, I'm now ready to go and cough out another one there too. So this is really, it's really not easy, but God is our strength. Let's see how it goes. God is our strength. We'll see how it go. We'll see how it go. Because it's really frustrating anyway. It's really frustrating, but paying tax is not bad, because even if you're going to church, you still pay your tithe. It's part of the tax you're paying. So if you're working, you're paying taxes. Okay, so the only thing we are bothered is that we're already giving out a cut, and which is 30%. And I expect now maybe YT will come up to say, okay, because we are not going to pay YT, okay, let's reduce our tax to maybe 10% or 15%. I've not heard anything. YT still want to make their money. Google still want to make their money, all on the same head of the same, creators. So it's really too much, but let's see how it goes. We are still waiting and watching the whole thing. Yes, God will see us through. God will see us through. God will see us through. So that is it. So the other thing is that if you don't file in your tax, that when it will be so hard on you, because you're going to pay 30%. Everybody that is watching you, Nigeria, India, all of them, they will now take out taxes on all of them. That means it's like you better not monetize your channel. Yeah, it's better not monetize, because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They started with unmonetized channel, putting ads on them to get money without giving them anything, and now this one. All my videos now will be short henceforth. I'm not uploading. I have long ago. And says all my video now will be short henceforth. I'm just uploading whatever long video I have. Okay. The one I'll be uploading today. Are you serious? Short videos are nice, all right. Short videos are nice. One thing I observe about short videos is that you gain views, okay, but the impression and average viewers duration of short videos are very, very small. But that's one thing I noticed, all right. They are not enough to boost your impression on your channel for YT to start recommending your videos here and there, because the percentage are always very small, 1 point something, 0 point something. Okay, so but if you have voluminous view on that content, it will increase. Okay, but you can make a long video like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and you see that kind of 5 point something, 6 point something, 8 point something, and which is very good. And all these things are what triggers YT, it make them to understand they're long within that this content, people are watching them because they love it. My video always 8 to 9 minutes for, yeah. If it's too much, 10 minutes it's okay too. What's the point of working for depression when the money? My dear, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, because is when, and that is why all the short videos. I don't know for you, any all the short videos. When I watch it, I'm not seeing any money in it. I'm not seeing any money on it, because they watch only the first video, which can be a display ad or whichever ad or cards they put there. Okay, so and at the end of the day, you will be seeing, like when I had 400 something, I'm going there, I'm just seeing it's about 20 cents or whatever. Okay, but that video, if it's yes, it's not much, there is not much in your, it keep coming with coins, but you can make a content, okay, a longer content, and you see you see a paper money there, not just coins. That's the only difference. Okay, one thing I noticed is that if you're doing a short video, but if you're lucky and the short video goes viral, okay, that means the money will now start coming, real money will start coming. But if you're still working, if it's still short video and still not making much views, your money will still be dropping in cents. That's one thing I noticed. Okay, so I just do it to get views, and because I think when I do long videos, it boosts my impression, all right, and YT my videos more than when I do short videos. Okay, because the impressions, and I don't know if that short videos is actually reducing the impression on my channel. Yeah, which is so bad, because everybody, what we are working is for them to recommend your content, so that you make content and relax and let them push it for you and people to watch it. Okay, that's the only one thing I'm bothered about short videos. All right, they decrease the impression, the average duration on my channel. So that is why I'm not too fan of it. But now, because of my time factors, I don't have much time, to be making videos and all that. I'm doing it to make sure that something is going on in my channels instead of leaving it, vacant like that. So that's the only thing I noticed. Okay, that's the only thing I noticed. Right? When I go back to the funnel after it, instead of the funnel to be increasing, it's decreasing. Why it should be increasing? So that's why I always do live streaming every week, because live streaming helps me too. What is the meaning of long and short video? Okay, long video is from, let me say, long video for us, if you're monetized, long video is from 8 minutes, okay? Because it will give you an opportunity to put middle ads on your video, okay? So that the ads will be at the beginning and in between and at the end, okay? So if you do a long video and they consider long video to be from 8 minutes, so that is when you are opportune to put those ads on your video. So short videos is just once everybody's doing short, that is 50, let me say from 10 seconds to 1 minute, okay? Yeah, that's the short videos. And remember, when you're videoing the short video, it will be in vertical form like this, okay? When you're making a short video. So that's just it. And when you make it right, when you make the short video right, it will always land on your, what do you call it? It will land on your short landing page, okay? Yeah. So if you don't do it right, it will not even appear on your channel. So you have to do it right so that YT will recognize it, because it's not all short are shorts. That's one thing I noticed. Not all short are short videos. So there is type you do, they will not accept it. Like the ones I did in the past, they weren't accepted, but I've corrected my mistakes and they are now accepting it. So okay, so that is it. So this is all about it. Text everywhere. Text everywhere. This pandemic, and that is exactly what this pandemic brought about. Every one of us, even the country where we are living at, we're not talking about tax increases and inflation. And to see the same thing happening on YT is it's too much for everyone. But that is it. You have to do it. Please repeat it. What do I repeat again? Okay, I said long videos, if you're monetized for putting ads for long videos, is from 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes is a long video because it will give you opportunity to put ads at the middle of your videos, okay? So that is why YT called it for monetized channel a long video, because to give you opportunity to make more money, okay? So if you make a 7 minutes video, even if it's 7 minutes 50 videos, okay, they're not long videos, so you can't put middle ads in them. So long video is from 8 minutes, you put middle ads in them, and the essence of middle ads for you to gain more money. All right, that's the essence of middle ads, for you to get more money on that video. So someone has said what short video is from 10 seconds, okay, even 5 seconds, from 10 seconds to 50 to 1 minute, okay? So if you can make it 58 minutes, seconds is okay. 20 seconds is okay. They are all short videos, okay? That's it. So, CZJ, how are you doing? Come stai? So that's it. So CZ, today we're talking about tax. Have you filed in your tax? Why is it that people subscribe to me and it will remove? Party Beauty, it's been a long time. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Okay, it will remove. Okay. Bene, grazie. Cece, go and do it. Go and do it. And you people came late. Host, yeah. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Chummy, you said, why is it that people subscribe to me and it will remove? Yes, a lot of things can cause it. All right, I always say that. Like for me, I had the experience, and when I discovered what's going on, I stopped. Okay, would you thanks for joining us. Like when you go to people come to your channel, they don't watch your video. Okay, this is a 7 minutes video, and you now come and watch that kind 1 minute. All right, 2 minutes, and you subscribe and go. It will not stick. Okay. Another thing I always tell people right now, when you come into someone's channel to watch, don't just give that thumbs up immediately. Okay, chill. All right, play the video and let it start going. You can go to the comment section and be writing. Okay, when you're done or at the middle, you now click like, because they assume that you're watching and you love what you're watching. That's why you like the video and you left a comment and subscribe. Okay, and they expect you to subscribe at the end of the video. But because some of us will not have the patience to watch to the end, all right, they'll be so fast to do it even before they will not put the thumbs up. There is no way it will stay. It will not stay. So all these things are machines that goes with, the way our behaviors can influence that, whatever we are doing on people's channel or on our channels. And another thing I noticed is like for me, if you come and sub to me, yeah, and I go back to sub to you immediately, I will not lose one, I will lose two or even three. Okay, because it's giving a signal, like maybe you're doing a kind of sub for sub. Okay, so for me, I always chill 1 week, 2 weeks for me to get back. So when I'm sure it's going to stay, I will now take my move. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you came to me and sub now, that means you want sub, and I go back to give back to you immediately, I will lose three or even two. That means I will lose you and you lose previous subscribers. Okay, so I'm done. What I'm doing now, if you are subbing, I'm writing it down. Maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, I can, depending if you're coming to my channel, I know you are active. I can now go back and now sub. Okay, so this is exactly how this thing works. Our behaviors can always influence our machines. The most important thing is that if you don't have patience to watch, go for short videos. Okay, watch the short videos and subscribe. Okay, instead of you going and start a 10 minutes video, you watch 1 minute and click the red button. It's not going to stay. As you are moving, they are removing it. So that is why we are losing. Okay, so yeah, Edwin, yes, you will lose even the previous one. Yes, it's true. Dubai, thanks for joining. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Didion Cut, I saw you. Thank you, sis. Cheesy, please summarize. Okay, we are talking about tax info. Okay, I said to describe what this tax something is all about. YouTube, like I talked about this thing last year, that there will be a lot of changes on YT, and made some videos on the ones that came out before or after Christmas. Now, this tax something, we're expecting this tax to come up by June, all right? But all of a sudden, it came up almost this month. It was so sudden that non-US based creators, they have to file in their tax, filing their tax info. Filing tax is okay, but why are we so worried about the whole thing? Because we are giving YT their own percentage. Now we are going to pay Google their own percentage again, which is making it a kind of too much for everyone. That's true, but there is a kind of punishment, that's what I call it, that comes if you don't file in the tax. Okay, so according to Google, they say that if you are a YouTube creator and you may have to pay 24 to 30% of tax for every $100 that you made. Okay, so every $100 you make, they are taxing you 24 to 30% of tax for every $100 that you're making. Then, if you want to avoid paying that 24 to 34%, that means $100 you pay either $24 or $30 tax on it. Okay, it's wickedness. So for you to be free, all right, either to pay less tax, because of, that is what tax treaty means, okay? That your country got a kind of agreement with US, a business agreement or whatever. So for us that are not living in US, we are benefiting from it by paying lesser taxes, okay? So if your country got a treaty from US, you're not going to pay zero tax to less tax, okay? So that is it. So they say that these tax they are collecting are just taxes from US people watching my content, my ads, all right? They are taxing me for that. Those money I gain, they are taxing those money. Then super chats that you gain from US people that that super chatted me, all right? I'll pay tax on them. Membership money, you pay tax for US people, okay? YouTube Premium for US people. Everybody know what Premium is. YouTube Premium, if you don't want to pay, if you don't want to watch ads on people's video, you now go for that Premium. So that Premium, you have access to music, okay? Then every video you're watching on YT, you will not watch ads. But the fun on it is that if I have a Premium and I watch CZJ, all right? CZJ will get some coins from me that is paying from the money I pay to YT for not watching ads, okay? So YT will pay her some little coins from that money I pay them for not watching ad. So that what Premium does. But now, if a US person with a Premium watch me, okay, I will not have to, they have taxed that money, that change again that I got from it, okay? So that is it. So this means earning from viewers in the US through ad views, through YouTube Premium, through super chat, super stickers, channel membership will be taxable of about 24 to 30%, okay? 24 to 30%. Okay. 24 to 30%. Close that down. 24 to 30% of taxes, okay? So those in US, their earning will be considered as royalty. US people, they know how they calculate their own. They call it royalty tax, so they know how to go about it. I don't think it's going to be much, okay? From their perspective tax, they know how to do it, and they have, I think almost all the US people have done theirs because they started in December with US people, if you guys will remember. They started around December, so, but now, for us that are non-US based, creators, we have a mandate to, from now to 31st of May, you have to file in those taxes. And if you don't, automatically they will impose these taxes on your channel. But look how it goes. The first one I said is when all these things started, all right? Yes, Eva, thank you for joining. Okay, if you want to, you can check me out on Instagram. Let me write my Instagram handle. Okay, Cheesy Iris on Instagram. So, okay, so someone wrote something, said, I'm going to call my US viewers and members and tell them not to watch me. I will draw that. Yeah, because eventually, when you file in your tax, okay, it's only US people they are taxing. Every other country, they are not taxing them, okay? So that is the fun. I can agree with you, Sis, because it's only US people they are taxing, their membership, their whatever is what they're taking taxes from. So if they're not from US, they're not taking. That is if you file in your tax, okay? Yes. So when they were asking them why all these taxes, because we are still giving YT some percentages too, okay? And now we are not going to start giving Google. They say that they found out India, okay, they have about 1,700 Indians, okay, India's YT channel that got about 1 million subscribers, okay. For instance, that channel that got 1 million subscribers at the end of the month made 1K, 1,000 on AdSense. That person is pocketing the whole money immediately, okay. That 1,000 for him or herself, okay. And you know that on YT, Indian people, they have so voluminous, they are so much, and they have large audience, yes. And Indians are one of the biggest YouTubers we are talking about. When you talk about financial aspect of big YouTuber and all that kind of subscribers numbers, they are making millions on YT. They are one of them, yeah. So they came up with this idea of what, checking out this ad something and tax and all that, because it's true. they are paying taxes, all right? It's right to pay tax. YT are paying tax. But why we are worried is that for us, we are still growing, okay? We are still growing. From whatever we earn, YT are taking theirs. Even the super chat that you guys did now, they have taken their own. You see, they will take it. If you super chat $1, you will not see $1. They've already taken their own percentage out of it. Then at the end of the day, you will now still pay another tax on them. So everybody, for us that are growing, is like, it's not fair. It's too much. Everybody's worried about it. So when we watch. Thank you very much. Very nice question. They didn't nominate that one. What if when we watch US people, they don't nominate it, and that is quite unfair. They didn't nominate whether they are going to give us they are going to give us more money or not. I don't know about that one. Drew Cooks, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. So they now said they decided to came up with this tax because had it been that channel that gained $1,000 at the end of the month, okay? Without tax info, that person will pocket the money, okay? And they forgot that we also work for those views. We worked for it, okay? If you don't make out the content, push out the content, you will not get anything. Okay, forget about it. So then I say, okay, that person that made 1K, let's say he's not going to pay a kind of 25%, 24% to 30% of tax. That means if you earn, like, let me say 1,000, you're not going to pay that kind 240, Abby, or $300 as tax. Okay? Stop uploading. Oh, Annie's very angry. so that means if you earn 1K, okay, you will now pay $300 tax or $240. If you are earning $100, okay, you now pay $24 or $30 as tax, okay, and which is quite too much. A lot of us, we know how much it takes for you to get even that $100 in your account, okay, your revenue, and out of that you've already paid your dues to YT, and now this other one. So they now came up with this idea that we have to be paying tax and declare our tax and all this. It's okay to declare taxes, but we are saying that it's too much. And later they now came up with the idea, okay, now they've done, American citizens have done theirs since November, I think so. I think they're done with them. Now is our turn. Now, if the creator doesn't submit tax, okay, you don't submit your tax info, YT will deduct 240, okay, 240 from, assuming you made $1,000, or $24 if you made $100, okay, from, look at what I call the punishment, okay, for not submitting your tax info. You're not going to pay 24% or 30% from all the total earnings you made worldwide, all the people that watched you. Now take that 24 to 30% from them, not only US, for not, okay. That is why it now becomes a kind of punishment. But if you submit tax info, that is when you're going to pay only 24. Sorry, if you submit your tax info, you pay 0%, all right, or even 0.5%. Yes, because some countries at the end of the day they got 0% tax to pay. Some countries got 8%. Italy, we are paying 8%. Okay, about the three categories. 2 we are 0% and 1 was 8%. The copyright was 8% for us. Some countries like UK, someone said it was 0% for them. Have you seen it? And why are we paying 8% instead of 24%? Because of tax treaty, okay? Because US and Italy got something in common. They have a business relationship or something, whatever agreement in common, and because of that, we are benefiting from that business they are doing, okay? That relationship, we are benefiting from it and paying lesser tax. Okay, Didion Court say Germany is also 0%. That's it. So you better go and file it. When you file in the tax, you will find if you're paying taxes or you're paying lesser, okay? So, but one thing I would advise you is when filling up the form, any category you are filling, go for 0% tax, okay? Click on those ones that are 0%. Then if you don't see 0%, okay, you can click any one you're seeing, okay? If you're not seeing 0% and you see maybe 8%, 30%, you take 8%. Okay, you see 10%, 30%, you go for 10. Okay, because that's the minimum you can pay on that category. But some people are lucky in their country, they are paying zero, as in the 3 categories are 0%. For Italy, 2 categories are 0% and 1 category is 8% for us. Okay, so then if creators submit tax info, okay, and claims treaty benefits, all right, that means your country got something to do with US. That is when your final tax deduction will be from 0 to 15%. Yes, so some country will pay 0, some will pay 5, some will pay 8, some will pay percent, like some will pay 15%. Okay, so because you have tax treaty or relationship with US, then creators that they submitted their tax info, okay, but it's not legible for a tax treaty. That means their country got nothing to do with US. There is no tax treaty with that country and US. So their final earning tax deduction is 30%. Have you seen it? Those people are going to pay more. They're going to pay 30% as well. From viewers, they will pay 30% only from viewers, from US. Okay, they will pay only 30% of their taxes deduction from US viewers. Okay, but if you don't submit at all, they will now deduct the 30% or 24% from all the country, all the worldwide, everybody that is watching you, they will deduct the money from. I don't know what will remain at the end of it anyway. So anyhow, if you go to your AdSense, you always see the withhold in your AdSense, how many percentage they withhold and all that. You always see that on your AdSense. Okay, so, and I said, especially if you're in Italy and you're having you're making more than 5k on YT, okay, go and open a partita IVA. Okay, open a partita IVA and declare your tax. It's called Unica. Is no more Sette Trenta. Okay, so if you're working, if you are doing Sette Trenta declaration of tax, you can now print out, because if you go to AdSense, there is a place you can print out every cash out you do. You print it out. You can still present it honestly. Okay, look at what this is, an extra thing I'm doing, and look at what I made. For them to add it in your declaration of tax. Okay, so now if you register, you can do that. Okay, put it to your declaration of taxes. So that's it. So, hey Jane, thank you for joining. Thank you. You will see real money, especially when you do your tax return. Yeah, especially when you do your tax return. Yeah, okay. So the essence of these things, to make sure that the taxes, when you declare your tax, is just to make sure that the taxes they are deducting from your channel or you are paying is right. And when they think you pay more, they are going to refund you. All right, because when you can I print? Yes, you can print it out. Yes, when you go to you see that printer, that's printer machine. You click on it, you print out, or you download. Yeah, I just downloaded my own today. Yeah, you can download and then print out. Yeah, you can. So once you file your tax, I will advise you to be any transaction, print it out and be documenting it. Okay, print it out and be documenting it. If you want to declare your tax, you use it and declare your tax, especially for us that are outside the US. Okay, so use it for your tax declaration. Yeah, you can, KJ, you can print out. Yeah, it's printable. So check. Let me check one. Okay. Deaconess, thank you for joining us. Thank you. So that is it. So we have to. Okay, one thing I was saying about is that if you are earning more than 5k, you go and do your partita IVA if you're in Italy. Okay, so that you will not be doing Sette Trenta, you'll be doing Unica. Okay, that means you are an entrepreneur and you now declare your taxes, because even if you don't do it, whether the finance they will bust your ass. They will check you. They will come to you one day and they will now write those taxes with sanctions. So it's better you declare it. All right, so, and when you are declaring all these things, if you pay more taxes, government will refund you. Okay, that's one thing about declaration of taxes. Most times government can refund you, but sometimes you might be unlucky. Like for me, last 2 years, they were like, I will pay them. All right, I'm owing them. Do you understand? Maybe I worked more that year, and maybe there's some taxes that were on the right. They are writing some taxes, then I have to refund them. So that's one thing about declaration of taxes that scares people out, that part of refunding taxes. So during declaration of taxes, either government refund you because they think that you paid too much, they will refund you, or maybe they think that you paid so less and you have to pay and you have to give them back. So this is how this thing works. Hey, howdy, thank you for joining us. Lady, thank you for joining us. So that is it. The tax info is so important. Just go and go to your AdSense, you click in on that tax info management, tax info manage, okay? Click on it and you start putting your name and address. The only people I'm worried about this tax something is that if you are in asylum and you don't have a document, I think this is where it will be so difficult for you to do this because you don't have a national ID, or any code for you to fill in that section. They will write foreign team. If you're in Italy, that place they will say foreign team. That is where you put your codice fiscale. That is our national ID here. So that's what we use. But if you're have partita IVA, you put your partita IVA that place. But if you don't have partita IVA, you put your codice fiscale. All right. So that is it. So if you don't have a document, you will see that and you will not have something, because if you don't fill in that foreign team, you will not submit that form. It will not go, because that one is very, very important. Yeah, it will not go. If you don't put it, it will not go. It will be showing you red and ask you to start again. Okay, I'll try. Okay, Susie, just do it, okay? So another place you should be, because then if you get to tax treaty, there's 3 sections. One is copyright, one is the video, video, picture, something. There are 3 categories. Fill the 3 categories, okay? Then when you click it, you have 2 options, okay? The taxes section, okay? When you click on it, you see 0 tax or whatever. Anyone you see 0 tax, click on it. Anyone you see 0, click on it. For us, there is one, I think it's copyright, or one that is 8%, okay? You will see 2 options, 0, 30, 8, 30, okay? So if you go there and you don't see 0 and you see maybe 8 or you see 10 and you see 30, go for the lowest, okay? So go for the lowest number, and if you see 0, go for that 0, okay? So I think 2 is 0 and 1 is 8%, okay? So that means every $100 you're paying $8 for every $100, okay? So some people that are from UK, I think yours is 0%. I don't think you guys are paying any tax. Someone said Germany is 0% too. They're not paying any tax. So that is it for today. Thank you guys. I really appreciate everyone for coming. I think I'm going to call the live stream now because I have a class right now by 5 p.m. so that I can prepare and switch over to the other one. Thank you. Please, if you miss, please you can rewatch, and see you guys again next week Monday. I hope I'll be around next week Monday, 3:32. We still talk about tax info part 2. Okay, but the motion at video slot is 30%. Okay, for us it's 8%. I think that one is what I was talking about. That's the 8% for us. 2 we are 0% and 1 is 8%. I think it's that one. Yeah. So when you're filling in, go for the lowest. But if you go there and you don't see any changes, like you are seeing 30%, that means they are mandating you that you're going to pay 30% for that. So you have to click on it, okay? So that's it. Or maybe you leave it, and if you submit the file, it goes. If you submit it didn't go, you go back and fill it up. So if you submit and it didn't go, it goes, it's okay. But if you submit and it didn't go, you have to go back and fill it up. So when you finish, you submit. Then you will see new submit. I think new submit. New submit is that maybe if you change your address, like you can always come back there and adjust everything about the tax info. Okay, you click on that new submit. If you change your address or whatever, or maybe there's something you want to change after submitting, you go back and click on that one and start afresh and submit. Okay, so can you make a video on those for those in Italy? The whole thing is cumbersome. Okay. Okay, I hope I will just have time, because this time around, what my problem is time. You can see I've not been making a long video for some time. I just hope I will get time to make something like that. Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you guys for joining, and God bless you all. See you guys next week Monday. Okay. um we'll continue with the discussion part 2, and let's see if you're having problems or whatever. You can always come with it and let's talk about it. Hello, Pastor Nyekachi. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, guys. And I think I'll be going. I have a class online immediately by 5 p.m. So let me freshen up and join the stream. Thank you, guys, and God bless you all, and have a nice week, each and every one of you. Happy New Week. And if you have problem, if you want to check me out or chat me up, check me on Instagram, Cheesy Iris. Okay, you can leave me a message there. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, and love you all. Ciao, 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 ciao.